Hi, my name is Alyssa. I'm one of the medical assistants here at Desert Wellness Center, and today we're going to be going over how to do an at-home nebulization. So to get started, I'm going to kind of show you all the supplies that we need, and I'll walk you through the whole process. So you'll get your vial of glutathione. That's typically what we give for any type of upper respiratory sinus situation. That's what we would do. The glutathione, to get that vial, you would get a draw-up syringe, which looks like this. If you're able to get the supplies from us in office, we do have the dispensing pin. It says vial spike, which is kind of helpful. It's kind of a cool device. But if you don't, that's totally fine. So really, if you had a draw-up syringe and your draw-up needle, you would poke that into the top rubber stopper of your vial. You just poke straight down, hold it upside down, draw out to 2 cc's is how much we would typically nebulize glutathione, and just take that out. Needle goes away, put it in your sharps bag or sharps container. Your medicine is in your syringe ready to be used. If you had a vial spike, you would poke that into the top of your vial instead, and it always stays accessed, which is kind of cool. You don't have to repeatedly poke it a lot. For that one, we do have this little button on the top of it. I'll kind of show you here. It's like a little blue button. You press into that with your syringe and it screws on. It luer locks on. So you'll feel that connection. Again, hold it upside down and we're drawing out to that 2 cc's. Just like that, and then it screws off. And this just goes back into the fridge ready for next time. So it's kind of actually pretty cool. There's 2 different delivery systems. So depending upon your symptoms or kind of the reason why you're doing this, we have either a full face covering, which would typically be used for, our children, just because, they might not want to hold it directly into their mouth, or they want to be hands-free to play and do something while this takes a little bit of time. It covers the whole entire mouth there. So again, too, even if you're an adult, obviously, if you have more of like a sinus situation, then this would be typically the delivery we want to give to you, because that gives you that nose inhalation. So that mask kind of looks like that. It has this little deal coming off of it that stays connected. And then you have your cup. So both cups do unscrew. So you can do that to put your medicine in down into the cup, or you can just squirt it down in through the top too. So either way is fine. But that just connects to the bottom of that mask, kind of just like that. Our most standard way comes in these 3 pieces. So this is kind of your little connector piece. So on the front, you put your mouthpiece in, and then your cup goes underneath it too. Pretty similar to that one. This unscrews as well. So you can put the medicine in that way, or you can just take the top off and put it down in through the top that way too. So we drew it up already, we're ready to go. Put it inside your container. So your liquid's kind of down in there, down in that little container there. You do want to keep it upright. If it was to lay down on the counter, it would spill out. So you want to keep it upright, so make sure to do that. That just goes on top. And then your tubing connects to your machine. So this is a cute compressor. You don't have to go out and buy a penguin unless you really want to. Typically the compressors are just kind of a little square block. You're gonna have that access point for the tubing. So we'll put that in right there. Then you have your power on switch. So underneath your container, you have that little point to connect your tubing onto. So that just goes in there. Just put it on until you feel that it's pretty secure. Same thing on this guy, it has the same type of device. So it looks like that when you're ready to get started. So obviously we can't be continuously inhaling our breath. We breathe in and out, that's just how it is. So you are gonna see kind of like some loss. That's just because we can't continuously breathe the whole time and get it all in there. So it's gonna look kind of a little smoky. I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So the compressor is a little noisy, so bear with me, okay? All right, a little smoky. So you see, a little smoky. you see that as I'm breathing it in, the smoke goes away because I'm breathing the solution into my system. As I'm breathing out, or not breathing in obviously, you do see that smoky loss, so that's normal. The whole treatment will keep on going. Towards the end, it starts to kind of sound a little sputtery, so you'll hear that change in the way that the compressor is kind of humming. And at that point, I kind of just tap on the edge of the cup just to kind of help bring down some of the solution that may have risen or kind of bubbled to the side of the container, just to help you get kind of the most of your treatment. And then once it's totally done, you won't see that smoky loss anymore because you'll be finished. So that's really kind of the basis of it. Glutathione is kind of neat because you don't get that weird, shaky, like albuterol feeling afterwards. A lot of people feel immediate relief. It does kind of, you know, if you're doing it for a lung situation, that's what you would use this device for, to get it directly into your lungs. But if you do have a lung issue, then it does kind of start to break stuff up. So I do tell people to kind of keep a cup nearby, just in case you are coughing and stuff's coming out, which is good, that's what you want. But that way you have something nearby to kind of help you. It does taste a little weird, it's not horrible, but some people too they don't totally like swallowing their spit. So having that cup nearby to spit your spit in can be helpful too. But if you decide to swallow your spit and just do whatever, you'll be totally fine. It's not gonna hurt you either way. It's just kind of on preference. So this tubing comes undone, and you can really just set it aside until your next treatment. This whole container all comes apart, and it's all hard plastic. So you can take all these pieces apart and just simply hand wash them with warm soapy water, just air dry them on the counter. And that basically kind of concludes the whole thing. So if you feel like you need any more walkthrough or you have any more questions or concerns, obviously we are more than happy to see you. So give us a call, we can get you on the schedule if you'd like this to be more of an in-person training. So good luck, and I hope you start feeling better.